Hello and welcome to GPTV on July the 12th, 2016. My name is Gary Peer.
And I'm Sally Zellman.
You sure are, Sally, and it's great to have you on the show co-hosting.
Oh, thank you. Love to be here.
Well, we've had lots of variety on the show. We've had last week, and they are cheeky, those young directors, those Jeremy and Leor, telling us that they're going back in time, and my son and Philip's son, and scare cheeky boys. Anyway, thanks for filling in. They did do a fine job. And of course, we've had a variety of other people on the show. Of course, we've had Philip on board with Darren, and it's been a good trip. Been away. You've been away.
I've been away also.
I have, as have I. But now you've been to the hemisphere of America.
I did indeed.
Into that continent.
I did.
Yeah.
Beautiful. New York.
New York.
Sensational.
Very good, Sally. Lovely.
And where did you go?
I was in the UK, Sally. I'm a bit of a, well, first I was in Singapore on a conference, and did join a number of other people from the office there, which was very good, a managers directors conference, which was great, and that was very interesting. And then London, well, visited a number of real estate agents in London, so that was very interesting as well, Sally. Went and saw 7 different agents.
7?
And I was actually there on the day that the vote was on, the Brexit vote was on.
Have been very
and I have talked a bit about this, remotely, and we'll talk about that. But it was very exciting. But what I can say is that all of the agents, we all spoke about Brexit because well, it wasn't Brexit then. And I can say this, that nobody saw it coming. It was probably much like, I think, the Liberal government was a hot favourite to win, and they only just won, but or just got in, formed government, and well done, congratulations to them. But what I did find is that absolutely every agent that I spoke to and every person that we spoke to in professional capacity said, there's no way we're going out. So that was very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So what I can say, Sally, is we've got a little travelogue coming together, so we'll have that next week. It's being prepared now, and it's a little bit of a condensed, little bit of a kind of coverage of the trip, which was a very interesting trip. Shame that you weren't there with me, Phil, but I had to go it alone with a few of our others, so we'll look forward to bringing to you that next week. Talking about Philip, Sally.
Yes.
No Philip here.
I know.
There's been lots of rumours because last week he wasn't away. He was in Melbourne. He wasn't on the show. This week he's not on the show. But the reality is he's had a bit of a health scare, young Phil there.
It's okay.
He is okay. But there's been a few rumours flying out there. One that he's taken the trust account and run away. That was not really rumour. I thought I'd start it anyway. Others is that he's got an alternative life that we've found out about. I've got a few other rumours as well that I'm just thinking of on the spot here. But the reality is he was actually very ill. So much so that he's actually in intensive care for a couple of days. So he was scary. But he's back on the road to recovery. I expect him to be back on GPTV next week. And he'll tell a little bit more about that. But young Phil goes hard, doesn't do anything in half measures, and doesn't do health in half measures either. So, and he's such a fit guy, isn't he?
Very fit.
And he's always giving me heaps for not being fit. But I reckon there's some benefit in not being so fit. I reckon then you eat a bit of crap, and I think it sort of strengthens you somehow. I don't know. Now I'm going to get probably all our doctor clients saying we're wrong. But anyway,
well, let's wish him well.
Maybe if he wasn't so fit, he wouldn't have recovered the way he has. But he has recovered well. Anyway, he will be back next week.
Wonderful.
Let's talk about real estate, shall we, Sally?
Sounds
we
good.
had a big weekend, and there's something in the Australian today, which is interesting as well. So if we've got it, we'll flash it up on the screen in a moment. But Sally, the weekend was another weekend of 100%. So that is 3 weekends in a row.
Successful.
Almost or thereabouts 20 auctions, 100%. And that is a sign of a strong market. Would you say not?
So. Yeah, absolutely.
And you were out and about on the weekend. I did have the pleasure of seeing you on Saturday at the auction in Ross Street.
That was interesting.
That was an interesting auction. Why don't you tell us a bit about that
one?
Well,
it was interesting because we actually...
the vendor didn't want auction,
No, the vendor wanted it quiet, privately, just bring a couple of buyers through, sell it at a price.
Yes.
We did try to do that.
Yes.
And
sometimes we're successful that way?
Sometimes we are, but it was very interesting because in this case, we actually decided to go to auction, go to the market, and the vendors were very, very excited because we actually got better than what they were expecting.
Well,
so we had 3, 4 bidders on the day, and you did a fabulous auction.
Thank you very much. I did fill in for Phil there.
Yes.
The only time I've ever had to fill in for Phil was on Saturday, and I should say the weekend, and probably 20-something years ago, when his father had a heart attack, and thankfully made it through fine. But he had to run away to the country at that time, to Cootamundra, as most people do, run to Cootamundra when things are down. But no, he did go to Cootamundra to see his poor father who had a heart attack, who recovered beautifully and is alive and well and playing golf and fit and magnificent. He's a fine individual too, by the way. How he had Philip as his son, I don't know, but that's another story. But having said that, and that was my first auction.
Okay.
But anyway, a little bit more prepared now, but it was a good result.
You did a very good job.
Good to have
on Saturday.
competition,
Yeah.
3 strong bidders,
Yes.
and a 4th buyer there, which probably didn't get a chance to really look in, but
Correct.
it was very, very good.
And the price was better than they hoped for.
The price was over reserve, which was great. Congratulations to the vendor.
Yes.
And well done to the buyer, who also someone from our database who we know and have done business with over the years. So
They
that
were
was wonderful.
thrilled.
Yeah, no, that was terrific. Sally, we were all over the place on the weekend. When I say all over the place, talking not as in disorganised, but as in suburbs.
We weren't we?
We had 6 different suburbs
Yes.
covered. We were in Melbourne in the morning in Lonsdale Street. That
town.
one sold, which was really good. Well done to Graham. We had another property that we sold in Mimosa Road in Carnegie. Now that one sold really well. We were expecting somewhere in the high 5s to mid 6s on that one. It sold for $715,000.
Oh, wow, that's good.
So that was terrific. A 1-bedroom apartment in Woolrail Street in Carnegie also sold well. So I think I had a look at the auction results in the REOV, and I think we sold the most in Carnegie on the weekend. So
Excellent.
it's good to see the boys down there
Doing a
doing
good
really
job.
well. And I guess on the basis of last weekend, we probably had the majority of the sales of more than any other agent. So congratulations for being number 1 in Carnegie this weekend.
Doing
if what I saw was correct, I think it was, Sal. Burwood. Love it over there, Sal. Carmody
love
Street,
everywhere.
Burwood. We do love everywhere. Carmody Street, Burwood. It's not the first time we've sold there. Graham Callan did a great job there. We're expecting somewhere in that kind of mid-9s, perhaps as much as mid-9s. Our reserve was in that kind of vicinity, Sally. But lo and behold, we sold that for $1,150,000. Graham Callan doing an amazing job there. So good on you, Graham.
Great
He's had
result.
a big week in real estate, and
Yes.
he's a very successful and experienced agent, of course, who we were lucky enough to inherit with the Carnegie office, who's doing so well with us. So
Good
well
on
done to you, Graham.
Good on you, Graham.
Ross Street, also we've spoken about. On Sunday, Sally, we had an auction in Alma Road. Glenn Bricker brought that one to the market, did a great job, some lovely clients. We sold that one, which was terrific. And then possibly one of the most competitive auctions of the weekend was in Pine Street, Caulfield. And that auction was very interesting, Sally. We had 5 bidders there. It really went off. We thought we'd get around $640 or so, and we got $697,500, just shy of $700. So that was terrific. And I suppose it goes to show that sort of property is popular.
Yes.
We thought we'd do well. Well done to Arlene and Paul Natali who handled that sale, and congratulations to the vendor and the buyer who's been looking for a while, been out there for about 4.5 months. So well done to them as well. So a very successful weekend.
Very good.
How were the numbers at the opens that you had, Sally?
Good. We had a couple of properties we were open with quite extraordinary, the numbers.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I think the lack of stock is promoting that as well.
It's an interesting thing, isn't it, this time of year? You know, people say, do we sell in winter? It's quiet,
it's a great
the weather's crappy. I don't know, the sun's shining now. It was shining on the weekend. It was beautiful in Ross Street on Saturday. It was fine. So not every day I know has been good, and I've probably avoided, I think both of us have avoided a lot of the worst of the weather
We're
being
lucky.
away. But the market has been really very strong. It doesn't seem to be slowing down or showing any signs of weakness to me.
Plenty of people out there looking.
So, you know, if you want to get on the market now, I mean, I remember selling my own home in August, Sally, and I thought that was a good month, and some people, you know, were sort of saying, oh, spring, but certainly worked well for me. Sal, we've got some good offerings coming up this weekend. Not a big volume, but some quality, Sally, some quality. The other sale that we made a little while ago, I don't know if it's been discussed, was that big property on Kooyong Road. And that was an interesting one. I just want to bring that up again because it really was a landmark sale. It was one of the most significant properties, and I think it was probably the highest price attained
I believe so.
in Caulfield North this year, and probably for some time. So congratulations. Let's put this one up on the screen. Philip did the video tour, got in excess of 1,000 views or 1,500 views or some monster number. So well done to Phil on doing such a great job, and to you and the team.
Thank you.
Because you and Judy and Darren and we had Daniel and Adam are all involved there. And of course, it doesn't work without Elisa, you know, doing everything right. So well done on that outstanding landmark sale.
With that sale.
That was very, very exciting. And a number of people wanting it. And just goes to show there is a real depth of the market, isn't there, in Caulfield North? You know, well in excess of $5 million.
Absolutely.
So, that's
actually, there was a second one because we had another one just previous to that.
We did in Howard Road.
Howard Road,
yeah,
that also did exceptionally
but this one knocked it off, I think, didn't
Absolutely.
it? Absolutely. Yeah, so well done to you and the team.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about what's coming up, Sal, because we have got some great offerings. We've got 6 beautiful properties coming up this weekend. We've got this one to review. Shall we launch into review time?
Let's do it.
We start off on Saturday at 11:30 in St Kilda, Sally, in Redan Street, a great address. Jeremy Rosens gets to auction this property. Tell us a little bit about this one, Sally.
This is a fabulous one. Love this location, just off Chapel Street. fabulous property, this one. 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Great apartment.
Fantastic, Sally. We're moving on to Grange Street in Caulfield East, Leor Samuel's territory there, just on the fringe of Carnegie. Now, this property is called York Manor, Sally. A great-looking period home right in the heart of Caulfield East. And what a great suburb Caulfield East is at the moment, experiencing a lot of demand. This one's a big one, Sally. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, I beg your pardon. Terrific-looking property. I think this one's going to go really well, Sally. We're expecting somewhere in that kind of low ones. And who knows where it will end up, but it's got 2 parking spaces.
Great.
And Leor Samuel, together with his brother Viv, Daniel Buston, all have been heavily involved with that one, Sal. We're moving on to Bentley East, Sally. We're very active in Bentley East, as you would know.
Yes, I do.
You've made lots of sales over your career, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Looking forward to this unit. It's single level, 2 at 34 Adrian Street in Bentley East. And Jeremy Rosen's going to auction this one off in the afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Take us through this one. Tell us a little bit about it, Sally.
This one's excellent. 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms and 1 car spot.
Got the lock-up garage there, Sally.
It does indeed.
Looks like modern
nice
living.
Single level.
And I think pretty affordable too, to have a property of 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom in that kind of $700,000 range.
Excellent.
That looks like pretty good value. Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m. How well do you know Derby Parade?
I do. It's right near my hairdresser.
It is near your hairdresser with David and the team around the corner there,
Yeah, I
giving
do.
it away now. But then right near Caulfield Park, a great location. But
Terrific.
Derby Parade's one of those streets, Sal, where things just don't come up very
They
often, do
don't.
they?
They're very rare.
And this is possibly the best home on the street, I'm not sure. But have a look at this picture postcard. Perfect to use a Philip-ism
Yes.
period home right in the heart of one Derby Parade. Daniel Reese has been involved with this one. Got a swimming pool and a great floor plan.
4 bedrooms.
Take us through that one.
Yes, on this one's excellent. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms and 1 car spot. Brilliant location.
And looks to me like it's been completely renovated and updated. Looks quite.
And what about the pool?
Quite beautiful. Love that pool,
Yeah,
Sally.
in-ground pool.
In that terrific back garden, stunning looking bathroom. So I think this one will go really well. We're looking forward to bringing that one to the market at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. Now, Sal, that's not our only auction on Sunday morning, 11:30. Simon Radolnik is brushing off the cobwebs because I think he might have had a bit of a holiday or he's going to have one. I'm not sure which one it is.
Yes.
He's either getting ready. His
I think
bags
he's
are
coming
packed.
back.
He's coming back, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's getting back into auction mode. He always does a fine job. He's an accomplished auctioneer, he is, Simon Radolnik, and it's good to have him as part of our team at 11:30 on Sunday. He auctions his home in Penley Court in St Kilda East. That's a good address, Sally.
Excellent
Another
address.
nice, quiet little street where real estate is very tightly held.
Yes.
Take us through this home, Sally. This is right in the heart of Penley Court in East St Kilda, 11:30 a.m, 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Good looking property.
It is indeed, isn't it? It's in a super position, absolutely fabulous. A lot of people wouldn't know this location, but it's just hidden behind Dandenong Road. And
one of those secrets of the area.
Great little area on this one.
And also, we're talking about somewhere in the vicinity of $1 million. I think the price range is $950 to $1,050,000. Now, if you're looking in the marketplace at $1 million, you're not getting a lot out there, are you?
Don't.
So you get someone getting a little semi, one of the pairs.
Correct.
This one looks
yes.
like it's on its
this
own
is,
block
this
of
is
land.
its own house. It's gorgeous.
And I think that that's a great opportunity if you want something to invest in or want a sort of first home. And it's kind of almost outrageous to think of first homes around $1 million, isn't it? But that's what it is at East St Kilda. That's a beauty, recommended by. Then we go to our property of the week, Sally, Hertford Street. Now, this one is really outstanding, and I know that your team have been involved in this, haven't you, Sally?
It's gorgeous.
We've had good numbers of people through.
Good numbers.
And it is a spectacular home. Hertford Street, again, one of those beautiful little tree-lined cul-de-sacs. Seems to be a theme this weekend of little, quiet, beautiful addresses, Sally. And Hertford
gorgeous.
Street is home to number 3. Take us through this home. I know you know it well. Tell us all about it, won't you?
Wow, this one's fabulous. Fully renovated, beautiful home. Put the key in the door, move straight in. Nothing to spend on this one.
Good accommodation there, Sally. How
4
many
bedrooms, beautiful bedrooms. The entire place is just tastefully and beautifully done. Very, very exciting on this one.
I think we're going to get good interest there, Sally, and that one deserves to have competition because it's very rare that you can find a home that you can just move into that's been so stunningly renovated throughout as this one. So we're looking forward to seeing that. At that auction, Sally, that one is 12:30 on Sunday. Philip
it's going to
has got
go
the
well, this one.
auction honours, and I think unless Philip is in intensive care. He'll be at that auction doing it for sure.
He'll be there.
We're looking forward to seeing him in the coffee van and the crew
Yes.
and the team of Sally Zellman, Darren Krongold that have so many opportunities to sell the best properties in the market. You're spoiled, aren't you?
We work hard at it and we love what we do.
You deserve it. You didn't get that position by not working hard, that's for sure. Good on you, Sally.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about where we are, because we are right now in, again, one of the most exciting properties. Leon Guzenfitter has been brimming over with enthusiasm and excitement for this property. We're in the heart of Rain Street in Caulfield South, another terrific tree-lined avenue, Sally, with not a lot of homes in it, but this is a beauty. Take us through this magnificent contemporary masterpiece, Sally, and this is a beautiful town residence.
Okay, for all those lovers of brand new townhouses, this is the one. This is truly exciting. It's a beautiful home on this one. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 car parks. What more could you ask for?
Absolutely.
Immaculate, beautifully done, and I think it's a dream home.
This one comes up at the end of the month, Sally. It's on the 30th of July, 12:30 p.m. Philip is hogging the auction honours on this. He will not share it with anybody, and we're looking forward to bringing this one to the market. This is an outstanding property, and we've had good interest, and so we should have. I'm looking forward to this one, Sal. It's going to be, I think, popular.
I think so
too. Anyway, shouldn't
yes.
it? So that's a bit of a wrap of our weeks. Now we've had a little bit of viewer feedback, Sally. I've got to say that we have a couple that watch the show and are very, very active in terms of their responses and feedback every week, and that happens to be Peter and Nora, who we often talk about. Now,
Peter and Nora.
They are delightful clients of ours.
Gorgeous.
Now they've had some funny things to send through to us, Sally, which I've got to show you. The first one is when I did have a little brief presentation from Greece last week. So I thought I'd speak to Philip, but happened to be Jeremy and Leo. But now we've got this orange theme going on, okay? Because Jeremy Rose has bagged me for having an orange T-shirt on when I was standing outside Buckingham Palace a couple of episodes ago. And then, of course, I had the orange board shorts, which were just in camera at the last bit of the show last week. So Peter has said, well, this is how I might come back in orange. And here's the first photo, looking very, very schmick in that orange outfit. That looks good. The second one, maybe not so good there.
That's funny.
A couple of too many souvlaki's, perhaps, if I came back that way.
We're at the third one.
And the third one, well, yeah, that one, I'm not sure if I'll be coming back at all that way. So thanks very much. But the best one is maybe the fourth one looks good. Looks very, very stylish there.
Back to the 70s.
Little bit of a retro outfit. And of course, the fifth one would have been via Thailand, Sally, where I'm coming back looking very, very attractive. And I think that probably would have had I don't know how far I would have got out of the airport looking like that one, Sally. Probably would have been picked up there. But anyway, thanks very much to Peter and Nora for that one.
Yes.
We also had some commentary last week about GPTV from Julie, who said that Leo and Jeremy did such a good job. And look, I've got to say to you, Julie, don't encourage them, okay? But thank you for your positive feedback. So that was also
That's nice.
It is nice, getting always lots of interesting comments coming through on our websites there, which is ideas@garypeer.com.au. I'm pretty sure that's the website. If it's not, they'll flash it up, or at least flash it up there anyway. That's a big wrap this week on GPTV. It's so good to have you back, Sally.
Thank you. So good to be
in the
here.
chair. Thank you for co-hosting. It's always a pleasure to see
so
you.
much.
We've been together a while now.
We have.
We go
long
back.
time.
Is it 20 years?
A long time.
Must be 20 years. I tell you what, though, they've been a good 20 years for me. So thank you.
For me too.
Good to have you hosting. Next week, I think, though, you might be bumped aside for Mr. Kingston. I'd like to have you back.
I'd love to see him back in the chair.
I'd like to see him back, but I hope you do come back again.
Thank you.
It's always good to have you on the show.
Thank you. Lovely.
That's a big wrap on GPTV. It is good to be back. It's good to have Philip recovering, and it's good to be able to see the market 100% again. That's a strong sign, isn't it? And it doesn't seem to matter who's in government, who's winning. The sellers are probably the winners at the moment, aren't they, Sally? Because the real estate market is very strong. But buyers are getting beautiful properties, so congratulations to them as well. That's a big wrap on GPTV. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Sally Zellman.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.